stars, and that's who we are. We are voices. There's nothing to fear. Explode in your rear. Feel our voices.
Party people, welcome back to Voice of the Republic. This is Ed.
And this is Carl.
And we got a show about reboots.
What? I kind of like this next segment because I'm not above tooting my own horn. I came up with this segment. I was like, why do 3 movies when we could do 2 movies and a TV show?
Why stop there? Why not just release the soundtrack to the TV show that never happened? Then we'll just have an awesome soundtrack like Jock Jams.
That's kind of like this summer was originally going to be the summer that I wrote my my sci-fi rock opera, but
was it?
Yeah, but it never came around.
Yeah. So ambitious, Carl.
I'm nothing if ambitious. You will know this.
I do. I'm also guilty. I call it biting off more than I can chew.
I have a world of ideas that float around in my head, and a cat that's trying to come back up onto my chair, and it's not happening, cat.
Some bitch. Well, since it was your big idea, do you want to do cat maintenance, or do you want to go ahead and take it away?
Let's go ahead and just do it, because this isn't going to end anytime soon, I think. It's a standoff.
Right.
It's just standoff.
I'll go ahead.
Meow. Meow
right.
like that.
So I think a series that would really be well done, especially based on the way that we're consuming TV shows now, by like binge watching and having amazing production values, quality writing, especially when they're tightened up into like a 4 or 5 season run. My vote to reboot it and do it justice is Frank Herbert's Dune. And I like saying Dune like Shai Hulud.
It'd be really nice. I'm sorry, not to but I'm going to jump in with this real quick. Kind of like a Sci-Fi did the miniseries, which were really good. But it'd be really nice to see like an AMC or an HBO pick up Dune as a franchise and do kind of what they did with Game of Thrones with Dune. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, I mean the Sci-Fi series was more faithful to the books. They went beyond the original Dune story, and they did a pretty good job as far as getting the story to work, making it cohesive. But frankly, they just really didn't have that big a budget to pull things off.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the costume design was by like the director's wife.
It was really strange.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I kind of dug it, but no, at the same time, I didn't.
Yeah, mostly it just looked like, look at it, it's very much the future, because the things that come from the head, like not like a hat, but kind of like a hat. I'm like, no, that's just dumb. You're not creating a culture. You're just making sci-fi shit, and that always fails. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Game of Thrones definitely shows you what you can do, just like Lord of the Rings showed us what you can do to rewrite, make a story, boil down to its most essential parts, and have it completely enjoyable. Of course, Peter Jackson's completely forgotten this formula by now. But yeah, oh my God, Dune, just the first book alone, to actually get into the heads of everyone, all your main characters, to actually make things understood as to why they're doing anything. What are they doing? Because as much as I love Dune, but when I first saw it, I'd watch it over and over again. I would look at my friend like, I still don't know what the hell is going on, man. You know? Now
and
I
it
read
doesn't.
the books, I know what's going on. And when I watch the movie, I'm like, this still isn't cutting it, but it looks great.
And it doesn't help that like the original cut in the movie, which most of us, that's what we saw first. It's missing like an hour and a half of content, including a very vital narration that explains, no fucking kidding, it literally explains the entire movie in that first like 15-minute narration segment that they cut out. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a 5-10 minute narration by the Emperor's daughter, and it literally explains everything. And for some reason, the movie studio, in their infinite wisdom, is like, let's cut it. You know, that big chunk of dialogue, because they didn't want to start off with a narration.
Yeah, there is a you can get your hands on a DVD version, the super extended. It is like 4 hours long, but if you love Dune, you know you want it.
It's really good too.
It is, and that
I have it
part's
on
put back
HD
in.
DVD.
Yeah, see, that part's put back in. It's narrated by Frank Herbert himself. There's some really cool illustrations, and it does a lot as far as explaining everything.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot of things that they took liberties with as far as characters and ages and...
But honestly, why wouldn't you have Sting naked if you have him in the movie? Just do it.
Who's complaining about that?
Yeah.
Not this guy.
You got Sting. You put him in a Speedo, whatever.
Yeah. But, again, back to, like, Game of Thrones, etc. If it was AMC to pick it up, you could definitely get into a lot of the... You'd have the budget to do it justice, and you'd have a venue where you could get away with some of the crazy, nasty shit that happens, especially in terms of, like, you know, violence and adult themes. And if HBO was to pick it up, you know you're getting sand titties.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Nice. I think that's a really good pick. I
thought it was going to be your pick, so I was like, uh-oh.
No, I don't think you're going to see my pick coming.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So, are you done with Dune, or?
I am. I'm almost done.
Yeah, go ahead.
All I've got to add is, as I was researching this, it turns out, and again, it's on the shelf for now, but there is a new Dune movie in development.
Ooh. So,
what does that mean? Will it be successful? Nobody knows. It is all a rumor for now. But yeah,
like now that we talk TV show, though, I kind of want a TV show, not another movie, because it's it's a dense tome. It's one of those, like, if you try to put it in a movie, it's just not going to work. You know, it's going to have to be like a 4 to 6 hour movie, and no one wants to see that. You're either going to split it up into multiple movies, or you're just not going to do it justice.
It's going to be a Peter Jackson thing where Dune takes 3 movies, and then if they decide to do book 2, that's going to be 3 to 4 movies, because the books get longer.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It took 2 movies to get through all of the last book of Twilight, so Dune's going to take at least 3.
Yeah. So yeah, the series would be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. My pick, it's out of nowhere. I'm telling you, no one's going to see it coming.
Bring it.
Snake Plissken, The Adventures of Snake Plissken, the TV show.
Whoa.
I think the time is right. John Carpenter needs to get into television. We need to get Kurt Russell in there some way. Maybe not as Snake Plissken anymore, but he needs to be in the show. Do a complete reboot. Set it before Escape from New York.
Yeah, way before.
Yeah, so it's like the rise of Snake Plissken. Like maybe
Young
like
Snake Plissken's adventures.
Do kind of like a cut between him being a military soldier, because that is his background, as he is an ex-soldier. Do kind of like a flashback, flash forward sort of thing, where it's like him in the jungle or whatever he's doing, like as a soldier, and then like boom, him as a criminal, and flash back and forth, kind of like what they do with Arrow. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So
yeah, or Orange is the New Black. Like jungle is the new urban camo is the new jungle camo. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, that could be really cool.
Yeah, really
cool.
And I think, you know, it's one of those franchises that has enough people. Oh, fucking cat. It has enough people behind it that like are familiar with it. They would love to see it, but it's also one of those franchises and properties that you know, they could have a lot to do there. I mean, they even in Escape from New York, they put a lot of backstory into it. You know, they talk about like, oh, well, we thought you died in Cleveland. What the hell happened in Cleveland? You know, it's like, between the 2 movies, the Escape from L.A. and Escape from New York, they kind of laid the groundwork for about 5-6 other movies just from stuff that they mention in passing. So it's definitely a rich world. There's a lot going on. Like, it'd be interesting to do kind of an alternate America where all this stuff still happens on the same timeline. So it's still set in the same date, because I can't remember when like the original Escape from New York and those guys were set. But it was kind of
1998.
Yeah, it was like near future. It's actually the past, I think, at this point. So I think it'd be really funny to do like it's still set in 1998, but it's like an alternate Earth 1998.
Totally.
And then you could explore what happened, the like kind of all the rise of the crime and the different islands and cities that have been like cordoned off into prisons and stuff. I think that would be a really interesting TV show. But
yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good choice. I think that's really cool. And to speak to the popularity of, just John Carpenter's work. As I got on the train yesterday, there was a dude who got on the car ahead of me, and I saw his T-shirt, and it was just this amazing illustrated rendering, black T-shirt, white ink, Snake Plissken's face right there. I'm like,
nice.
That was great.
Yeah.
Good pick, man.
So I hope John Carpenter's listening to this. You need to make The Adventures of Snake Plissken. Get Kurt Russell as an executive producer and creative consultant. Have him come in. Maybe even give him a role as like,
He could take over Lee
Snake.
Van Cleef's job.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say he could be Snake's commander back when he was in the military. So
it may have been the same guy. I don't know his absolute backstory, but because there's been comics written about Snake Plissken, but
yeah,
like everything else, it's just another adventure for Snake Plissken where he almost dies. And people talk about
it. It just for some reason it's kind of like the Buckaroo Banzai comic. I wanted to really like it, but it just doesn't have the same weight. There's something about a film, and then when you try to do like a film story in a comic book, it just doesn't hit you the same way. Comic books being a drawn medium, it seems like there should be more going on. Like, comic books have gotten to the point that they're so fantastic. Like, that's where you go to do the super high concept stuff that like it's unfilmable. I mean, like Watchmen. Right. Watchmen really probably couldn't work perfectly in any medium other than comics, and vice versa. There's some movies that only work as movies, and when you try to take that universe and move it to a comic book, it just doesn't feel right. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They used to make comics back in the day. I'm sure they still do to a point, but it's a big deal when Marvel would get the rights to a major Hollywood film. And then they could
like Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah.
I still have Masters of the Universe 1 somewhere. Yeah. And, I have the Dune, the Marvel Dune miniseries. I have like the first 2 issues of that.
Wow, I never even saw that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But they were just extensions of the brand. They weren't really meant. Some of them became like a short-lived comic series, but no, even when you read them, you've been reading, Star Wars. Holy shit, I love Star Wars. But I never really read the movie version of the comics as much because there's always something weird about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's not as good.
It's kind of like a cover band. Like you know the song, but it just doesn't sound right.
Right. Yeah. I'd rather look at the trading cards than the comics with Green Bosk, stuff like that.
Or just play the toys and make up your own story that's strange and awkward and doesn't work for some reason. And strangely has a lot of incest. I know your type. Watching you.
Me or the listener?
The listener, I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm like, Jesus, we're on the air! Shit. Was I screen sharing? Oh my god. Oh yeah. Hey, if you'd like to share your secrets with us, and more importantly, your opinions, your hopes and dreams for TV shows and series, we would love to hear about them. If you checked any of our other shows, we'd love to hear about that too. And if you'd like to hang out with us, the place is www.vorradio.com. There you can find links to our vibrant and active Facebook group, and we got a lot of cool people hanging out there. Also links to YouTube if you're on audio, or iTunes and Stitcher if you're on video, and you just can't watch us anymore for whatever reason. You hate cats, you don't like Star Wars. get used to
head
it.
looks funny.
Carl's head looks funny. You can't. You just watch my what is it called? My larynx.
Adam's apple?
Yeah, or the Adam's apple.
That's what I go for.
That's good.
It's easier to pronounce.
It is. It is. But mine's a big target for like Patrick Swayze types.
Karate chop!
Totally.
You destroyed my Adam's apple!
It's what you speak with. But yeah, come out and check us out at VORradio.com. And meantime, we will be back tomorrow to listen and play some of those Republicons, because we listen to everyone and we care what you think. God. Boom. So until tomorrow, this is Ed saying, and the force.
Be with.
That ass.